So glad to see you. And I was wondering if you are like me, and sometimes you have been listening to a podcast or a sermon, and like 15 minutes later, you catch yourself and you realize, I have spaced out. I have no idea what I am listening to. I have missed it. I was thinking about my grocery list and my to-do list and what was going to be for lunch. And I just wonder if sometimes we are in this information overload and there is so much to take in and there is so much for our brains to attend to in a moment. And all of a sudden we just realize we are here, we are present in front of something, listening to someone, but our mind is not there. Our mind is not engaged at all. And so from a pastor's standpoint, I've listened to so many sermons. And I'm sure some of you guys, you take in information all the time too, like podcasts or sermons or whatever you're listening to, teachings. And I wanted to talk tonight about a tip on how to listen to a sermon. Isn't that funny? A pastor telling you how you can listen to a sermon and how it can be more than just a buzz, a sound in the background, some noise in the background. So here is my tip. Here is what I want to encourage you to do. I want to encourage you to do something that as you listen to podcasts, sermons, me on a Sunday, to engage in something called mind mapping. I said it too fast. Mind mapping. And mind mapping is something that it is a tool that will help us get to meaningful engagement as we are listening. And what it does is mind mapping. You're actually creating something as you listen. So you are involved in a creative process as you're listening. And this is the key here, guys. We are creative to the core, aren't we? And if we can engage our minds creatively with what we're listening, if we can begin to create, is actually becoming, there's a part of our brain that is getting activated and it becomes meaningful to us. And so mind mapping, you start out with a piece of paper and you're going to put it horizontal. You can have some different colored pens or just one if that's the only thing in the pew in front of you. And it's going to feel like you're doodling. And it's not really doodling. There's so much more involved with that. But in the middle of the page, you are going to you're going to capture a key phrase, a key word, the topic. And here's what I love about mind mapping. It's what is meaningful to you. It is the topic in your mind that connects with you, a key word that it connects with you. So we've been speaking about unity. And so maybe you just know the general topic is unity. You put that word in the middle of the page and maybe circle it, square it, whatever works. And now you're going to create branches out from that inner concept, that key word. And you're going to begin to create branches out. And so the next key kind of thought that comes to you as you're listening, as you're engaging, a key phrase, something that is meaningful, you're going to begin to put that as a branch out, and you're going to continue to branch out. And what you're doing is you're making connections between concepts. You're making connections between phrases and words, and this is so much more powerful than the old way of taking notes, just like writing down everything someone says, right? This is what I did in college, and this is what I still do. I'm just going to write down everything you say. And it's not becoming meaningful to me as I'm doing that. I'm just trying to capture all the words that are coming out of your mouth as fast as I can. And I list them all straight down and straight across. And I have this page full of your notes, your words, your thoughts, right? Everything down that you say. But instead, this mind mapping, you're beginning to capture key concepts. You're listening for key concepts that are important to you, that are meaningful to you. And again, then you're going to have phrases out. And then from there, more key phrases or stories or an image or something that is meaningful, something that makes it come alive. It makes it really what resonates with you as you are listening and you are actively engaging in that listening project. So you're going to have a key phrase in the middle, and you guys have seen these mind maps before, and you're going to have branches out, and from there, key concepts and further branches out with more key concepts, and you can list out a couple key concepts from those or around those. And but I want to encourage you to try to really focus on one key word, one key image per branch. Just keep them simple and see as you listen. Again, this is now our thinking is becoming effective. Our listening is becoming effective. We're engaging in what is being laid out in front of us and how it hits and what it means to us. And so I think give it a try. I've been doing it lately as I listen to things. I've been mind mapping, and I know you guys have seen what they look like, but I'll just give you just a quick flash of one of my mind maps I was listening to. It's not pretty. It is not pretty, but a talk on achievement. And it was so fun to hear stories of the Wright brothers and Martin Luther King, and to grab key phrases as I was listening about how they did what they did and what inspired them. And I was engaged. It was not just listening to another podcast, another TED Talk, another sermon in a way that I was just catching what was important to someone else, but I was catching what was important to me and making connections in my brain to those things. So give it a try. Give it a try this Sunday when Kevin preaches. Give it a try on a podcast you listen to. Give it many tries. And some people make these. There's someone in our church who used to do this, and they were beautiful. They were colorful, and there were images attached. And honestly, it was a work of art. So engage in some mind mapping, and we will see you soon. Hope it goes well.